Hey viewing audience, and happy Valentine's Day! Welcome to Realms of Sci-Fi and Fantasy, the show where I review the best and worst movies, TV shows, and anime of those two genres. This episode is a response to internet reviewer the Nostalgia Critic's countdown of the top 11 hottest animated women from the 80s and 90s. According to the critic, these animated beauties help boys transition from thinking of us girls as, quote, cootie-filled loudmouth annoyances, thanks critic, to thinking of us as the undeniable sex goddesses that we are. Well, there were a lot of handsome animated men during the 80s and 90s too. Not only were they smoking hot, but they had cool personalities, and they were just as important to us girls as the animated females were to the boys. 1 minute boys were these brood, bossy little nose pickers that we wanted nothing to do with, and then the next, hello, they're attractive! And the animated guys made that transition easier for us, or at least showed us what boys could be like when they matured, and thus giving us something to look forward to. So, I've comprised a list of my top 11 favorites. Prepare yourself for a heaping bowl of 2D eye candy. This is the top 11 hottest, nostalgic, animated men.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Say it again now. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
Number 11. Goliath from Gargoyles. When girls envision the perfect man, they picture someone who is strong, brave, smart, chivalrous, and romantic. Goliath excels in all of the above. He thrashes baddies with ease, he's highly intelligent, and he says the sweetest things to his love interest in that deep, sexy voice.
I never realized when you were human how beautiful you are.
Like the rest of his clan, Goliath is honorable to a fault. He nobly defends humanity, though most of them hate and fear his kind. Unfortunately for Goliath, this list is for guys with heart and looks, so his usual lack of a smoking hot appearance bumps him down to the bottom spot. The reason I can put him on the countdown is because of his exceptionally handsome form that he had when he was changed into a human. Number 10. Fred Jones from Scooby-Doo. Like Daphne and Velma, Fred doesn't let anything stop him from solving a mystery. Not ghouly ghosts or cowardly comrades Shaggy and Scooby. He'll never quit until the bad guy is busted. Fred is usually the one who comes up with the gang's criminal-catching traps. Yeah, they don't always work as planned, but that's usually due to comedic mishaps, not a flaw in Fred's design. I gotta give him props. Those crook-catching Rube Goldberg devices of his take a lot of creative ingenuity and resourcefulness to make, and he can design them in seconds. Though it seems like an overly convoluted way to catch a criminal, doesn't it? I mean, they could just hide by the door, and when the bad guy comes in, knock him out with a blunt object. Voila! Crook caught! And it didn't take as much time and effort. Fred may not be practical, but he is one heck of a player. When the group splits up to look for clues, he usually keeps the girls with him and sends Shaggy and Scooby off on their own. Yeah, Fred has Velma go with Shaggy and Scoob from time to time, but I think off-screen, Daphne pressured him into doing that so that they could have some alone time. And why wouldn't she want him all to herself? Look at him! He's a hunk! It's obvious that the show's creators designed him to be the main draw for the female audience. Sorry, Shaggy. I like you, but I gotta give the award for hottest guy in Scooby-Doo to your blonde ascot-wearing pal. Number 9.
By the power of Grayskull.
Prince Adam, a.k.a. He-Man, from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I think this was the first guy I ever found cute. I was about 5 when I first saw him, and even though I wasn't really into boys at the time, the words, "he looks good," went through my little brain. And can you blame me? He's uber muscular both as a pasty white guy and a really tan guy. Sure, his fashion sense is a bit odd, but he's handsome, brave, charming, and he cooks! What woman wouldn't find that combination attractive? Certainly not the single heroines of He-Man's sister series She-Ra. Most of them flirt with him every chance they get, and sometimes he's happy to flirt right back.
Oh, my name is Sweetbee.
Sweetbee? Well, that's a sweet name.
Welcome to Castle Mysticore.
Well, thank you. This grand estate is overshadowed only by its lovely mistress.
Ooh, He-Man, if Tila ever found out, you'd have to change your name to Dead Man. Number 8. Keith from Voltron. Keith is one of the few beings who looks great with a mullet. He's the most bad-A good guy of the show, but he's also kind and encouraging to his teammates. He's polite and a competent leader. No matter how rough the situation, he always keeps his cool. No matter how deadly the danger, he'll always jump in to rescue someone in trouble, especially if that someone is Princess Allura. Oh, and did I mention he looks amazing in a swimsuit? Number 7. Ah, Disney, what would we girls of the 80s and 90s have done without you? Your gorgeous 2D men are so sweet, so brave, and so charming. They made us all wish upon every star in existence that we could be the princesses of their hearts. My 4 favorite Disney men are the gentlemanly and romantic Eric from The Little Mermaid, the tender-hearted beast-turned-prince from Beauty and the Beast, the cunning and quick Aladdin, and the extremely well-muscled and level-headed Li Shang from Mulan. I couldn't decide which was hotter, so I gave them all their own spot. Say what you will about Disney, they sure know how to draw the perfect dream guys. Number 6. Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, from Batman the Animated Series. As Robin, Dick was not bad looking, but when he buffed up a little, grew his hair out, and donned his awesome black and blue suit, whoa, mama! Hello, hottie! Nightwing is arguably as clever a detective, as dedicated a protector, and as great a warrior as Batman, but not as dark and brooding. Dick even cracks clever one-liners from time to time.
You take the brown one. I'll take the other brown one. You all right? Yeah. What's a couple of ribs?
Nightwing's goal was to make his own way and a name for himself in the world, which gave us Bat fans in our late teens someone to relate to because that was what we wanted to do or were doing at the time we were watching this. And with his awesome personality, we were happy to root for him. And with his manly jaw, his youthful face, and his athlete's body, we girls were happy to stare dreamily at him. Number 5. Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, from Spider-Man the Animated Series. Poor Peter. Life is always giving him a kick in the butt. If it's not bad guy problems, it's money problems, or girlfriend problems, or Aunt May problems, or horrible boss problems. And sometimes it's everything at once. But no matter how many times he's knocked down, he gets right back up, refusing to quit, no matter how easy it would be if he did. That's not only remarkable, it can be considered downright sexy. And it also doesn't hurt that he's a science whiz, cunning as, well, a spider, and quick with the hilarious one-liners.
Nothing to do with you, Spider-Man, so butt out! I can't! They take away my superhero license.
Plus he has those awesome spider powers, and a tight costume that really shows off his muscular physique. Oh yeah, and he's got a cute face too. Number 4. Remy LeBeau, aka Gambit from X-Men the Animated Series. Ah, the Ragin' Cajun, the man oozing with charisma. He blows up his enemies with glowing playing cards and brings a glow to the ladies' faces.
Come in.
What's this? The most beautiful woman in town alone on a Saturday night.
I was reading about love and adventure, Gambit. What more could a gal want?
The real thing, Shell. Gambit at your service.
And let's not forget about his oh so sexy accent.
Don't you ever get tired of listening to yourself?
Not when I'm talking about you, Cher.
Gambit is the fun boy of the X-Men. He's a laid-back, smooth-talking charmer. He's a good guy, but he's also a bit of a scoundrel. Think of him as the mutant New Orleans Han Solo. Number 3. Terry McGinnis, aka Batman from Batman Beyond. What's so great about the Batman of tomorrow? He's got a tough guy attitude that allows him to stand up to intimidating bad guys, and he's got the moves to beat them down. And as he's dishing out the pain, he's dishing out amusing one-liners.
It's a school night, boys and girls. I'm gonna have to call your folks. You got a death wish, Bats. And here I thought I was just being a good citizen.
He's compassionate, clever, quick-thinking, and resourceful. Though rough around the edges, this Dark Knight has a heart of gold. Also, he fills out that bat suit quite nicely. Number 2. Rowen from Ronin Warriors. Being handsome must be a requirement for being a Ronin warrior. All 5 of them are just, ooh, so fine. What makes the azure-haired Rowen of Strata stand out from all the rest? He loves learning, he's clever, and he's rational. He's the group's voice of caution and reason. He's also athletic and confident. Of the 5, he languishes in self-doubt the least. These qualities make Rowen the support guy of the Ronins. While he does need to be rescued from time to time, he seems to be the one getting others out of a jam the most. He was also the Ronin with the least character development. His buddies each got at least 1 episode that focused on them. How many focus eps did Rowen get? 0. It's a shame that the series focuses on him so little because, to me, he's the most interesting of the heroes. Oh, and let's not forget his sweet face and his beautiful blue hair. Just gotta love anime boys for making what could look strange in real life look fabulous and exotic. Number 1. Ren from the Pirates of Dark Water. Not only is the Prince of Octopon a Prince Charming, he's also Prince Dreamy. He's got that lovely flaxen hair, and those sparkling crystal blue eyes, and that gorgeous face. He has a noble spirit and a gentle heart that will not stand for injustice. He'll go out of his way to help the downtrodden. His honorable character wins him the loyalty of even the most self-serving types. His quick thinking gets him and his crew out of many a jam, and he is ever faithful to his quest to stop the dark water before it consumes all of Myr. It was hard to decide who would top this list, but in the end, I went with Ren because, let's face it, at one time or another, every little girl thought of a handsome, brave, and noble prince as her ideal guy.
So those were my top 11 hottest animated men. They may not have been real, but oh, did we girls wish they were. And starting in April, I'll be airing weekly reviews of the best and worst TV shows, movies, and anime of sci-fi and fantasy. Until next time, this is Charlene Krintz, signing off. Bye-bye!